Everyone, iOS 26 has just officially came out, so let's go and take a look at it on the iPhone 14 and see if it's worth installing. Now, this update, I've installed it since beta 1 all the way up into the official RC version, which are basically going to be kind of the same thing, and it was a ride for sure. Now, I don't even know if I screenshotted the RC version, but on a majority of my phones, it was about 7 point something gigabytes. So make sure you have that much storage saved on your device before actually installing this particular software version. Now, when I look at this particular software update, there are a lot of things that Apple went ahead and changed. Number one, we have this new liquid UI. So it's a liquid glass type of style that they have, and it looks really nice even on an iPhone 14. When you kind of swipe down, you can see right here, you'll just kind of get some like random type of like, liquid glass stuff that's kind of going on there, which is really cool. So you can see you can kind of swipe up and it kind of like does kind of like a animation, which I don't really like, but this type of liquid glass looks really, really nice. I'm a really big fan of that. Now the same thing is in the control center as well, depending on how you have transparency mode on. And if you're in applications, especially stock Apple applications, you're going to see that liquid glass kind of stuff come up from that side too. And I do think that is also another really cool thing that they kind of threw in here as well. So I didn't like it before, but now I actually like it a lot more since they kind of toned it down and it looks so much nicer. But there's also a new app animation when you actually open up an app. So when you click on an application, it will actually start going through and start tossing the applications on the display, similar to how we have it on macOS or something like iPadOS. So it actually looks really cool. I think it works for basically all applications, but it's way more noticeable on the ones in the dock. So if you have it in the dock, it's going to look so much nicer, which is actually something that's really cool. There's also a new camera application as well. So there's a new camera design they tell you as soon as you open it up. So all your settings are still at the bottom, so you can scroll through and still see all the options at the bottom. But at the top, or when you start making these videos and photos, it will look a lot nicer here, which is something that's really cool. So I, for one, I'm a really big fan of that, and I think it overall looks a lot nicer. And I do think that right there is another really cool thing to kind of keep in mind here as well. So I'm a really big fan of that when it kind of comes down to it. Now, iMessage also got another cool improvement within this application as well. So there are a lot of cool things that Apple kind of threw in here. So now we have the capability of kind of setting up a custom background. So this is something that's really cool. You can kind of go through and just set up a new custom background inside of iMessage, which in and of itself is a really cool thing. You can also send out polls inside of iMessage as well. So if you wanted to send out a poll, you can click on there and do that now too. You also have a lot of new improvements within CarPlay, within Apple Wallet, Maps, and there's also this new Apple Games application that also came out, which will allow you to kind of kind of use all your games and information all in one particular tab in one app. And I think that's another really cool thing they kind of threw in here as well. So overall, this is a really nice update. I'm a really big fan of it. And if you're going to go through and install an update, it's a good update, but I would probably recommend waiting out until iOS 26.1. When it becomes a little bit more stable, because the battery life on these phones still aren't really that great, but it'll get better throughout time. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.